What if I told you that the secret to a satisfying sex life after 65 is not what most people think? It is not about medication, supplements, or even physical fitness alone. Recent research has identified specific factors that predict sexual satisfaction in older adults, and some of them might surprise you. Seniors do have sex, and those who are more satisfied with their sexual lives actually age more successfully and tend to have significantly better levels of overall well-being. So having a good sex life is connected to many other positive health outcomes. But what really determines who stays satisfied and who does not? Today we are going to break down the groundbreaking research that reveals what predicts a better sex life after 65 and the common obstacles that get in the way. Most importantly, we will explain what you can actually do about it starting today. If you are new here, welcome to Arthur Senior Health, where we provide evidence-based health information for adults over 60. If you find this information valuable, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who might benefit. The landmark German study, what the research reveals. The landmark German study followed thousands of people over several years to understand what factors correlate with sexual satisfaction as we age. Researchers surveyed a representative population sample between 2000 and 2011, asking participants about their satisfaction with their sex lives, along with numerous other health and lifestyle factors. They divided participants into two groups: middle-aged adults, 40 to 60 years old, and seniors, 65 and older. Each group had between 3,000 and 5,000 participants, so this was not a small study. The researchers compared dozens of different variables, and what they found was both revealing and actionable. Key findings included physical health differences. Unsurprisingly, older adults had a higher number of chronic diseases. However, depression rates were similar in both groups, an important finding that challenges stereotypes about aging and mental health. Attitudes towards sexuality. When asked about the importance of sexuality and intimacy on a scale of 1 to 7, the two groups differed by only about 1 point. This small difference was statistically significant, and adults over 65 tended to rate intimacy and sexuality as less important than middle-aged adults. This shift in priorities is normal, but it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy if we are not careful. Cognitive and social changes. Cognitive function tended to decline with age, and the number of important people with whom seniors maintained regular contact decreased. Both of these factors play crucial roles in overall satisfaction, including sexual satisfaction. The central finding: sexual satisfaction decreased as people aged. But here is the critical question the researchers asked. Among those over 65, what separated those who were satisfied from those who were not? The 5 key predictors of sexual satisfaction after 65. The study identified 5 major factors associated with lower likelihood of being satisfied with your sex life after 65. Poor physical health and multiple diseases. This one isn't surprising. People who rated their health as poor or who had more chronic conditions were less likely to be satisfied. Conditions like diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, and obesity can all directly impact sexual function through pain, reduced mobility, cardiovascular limitations, and hormonal changes. What you can do: while you may not be able to reverse chronic conditions, managing them effectively makes an enormous difference. This means the following: take medications as prescribed, monitor conditions regularly such as blood pressure and blood sugar, work with your healthcare providers to optimize treatment plans, stay as active as your conditions allow, manage pain effectively so it does not interfere with intimacy. Section 2: Depression. Depression significantly reduced sexual satisfaction, which makes sense because depression affects libido, energy levels, and the ability to experience pleasure. Additionally, many antidepressants have sexual side effects, and those can further complicate matters. What you can do: seek treatment for depression. It is not a normal part of aging. Talk to your doctor about antidepressants with fewer sexual side effects. Bupropion and mirtazapine typically have less impact than SSRIs. Consider therapy alongside or instead of medication. Engage in activities that boost mood, such as exercise, sunlight exposure, and social connection. Do not suffer in silence. Depression is treatable at any age. This factor is absolutely critical and often overlooked. People who felt lonely were significantly more likely to have less satisfaction with their sex lives. This makes perfect sense when you think about it. Intimacy requires connection, and chronic loneliness creates barriers to that connection even when you have a partner. Loneliness is becoming an epidemic in our aging population. We live increasingly isolated lives, everyone buried in their phones, with less face-to-face interaction than ever before. What you can do: maintain regular contact with family and friends, schedule it like an appointment, join clubs, classes, or volunteer organizations, attend community events, religious services, or senior centers, learn new skills in group settings. If you have aging family members, encourage them to stay socially connected. It profoundly impacts their health. For men especially, don't wait for others to reach out. Men often struggle with maintaining friendships as they age because they do not connect with other men the way women connect with each other. It can be as simple as texting a friend a short message, "Hey, how are you? Thinking of you." That helps maintain bonds and makes you feel connected. Not prioritizing sexuality. People who considered sexuality more important were more likely to feel satisfied. That might sound circular, but it is profound. If you prioritize your sexual health, you're more likely to be satisfied with it, or to find ways to achieve satisfaction. Many seniors unconsciously adopt the belief that sex is not important anymore, that it is somehow inappropriate, or that physical changes make it impossible. That belief can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. What you can do: give yourself permission to make sexuality a priority at any age. Communicate with your partner about desires, needs, and concerns. Be willing to adapt and try new approaches as bodies change. Redefine what sex means. Intimacy does not have to follow a script. Schedule intimate time rather than waiting for it to happen spontaneously. Recognize that sexuality and intimacy contribute to overall health and happiness. Being a woman. This finding was particularly striking. Women over 65 were less likely to be satisfied with their sexual health compared to men of the same age. This disparity exists for several interconnected reasons. Women go through many significant changes after menopause that can dramatically impact sexual satisfaction. Physical changes include vaginal dryness and thinning of vaginal tissues, reduced natural lubrication, pain or discomfort during intercourse, changes in genital sensitivity, and urinary symptoms that can interfere with intimacy. Hormonal changes include decreased estrogen, which affects vaginal health, mood, and libido. Testosterone also decreases in women, affecting desire. Hormonal fluctuations can cause mood changes and sleep disturbances. Psychological factors include body image concerns as physical appearance changes, cultural messages that a woman's sexuality expires after menopause, grief over lost fertility even if childbearing years are long past, and caregiver burden, because women often take on caregiving roles that leave little energy for intimacy. What women and their partners can do. This is so important. If you are a woman over 65 or your partner is a woman in this age group, encourage visiting a urologist or gynecologist to discuss symptoms. There is a lot that medical professionals can offer, and there are many things that can be tried to improve libido and reduce discomfort. Specific treatments and approaches. For vaginal dryness and discomfort, use vaginal moisturizers regularly, not just during sex. Use water-based or silicone-based lubricants during sexual activity. Consider vaginal estrogen in cream, tablet, or ring form, low dose, and localized with minimal systemic absorption. Consider vaginal DHEA, prosterone. Consider laser or radiofrequency treatments for vaginal rejuvenation. Pelvic floor physical therapy can help with pain or muscle dysfunction. For low libido, hormone therapy, including estrogen and testosterone. Address underlying causes such as fatigue, stress, relationship issues, and depression. Sex therapy or counseling. Focus on activities that increase arousal and pleasure. Practice mindfulness and sensate focus exercises. Maintain open communication with partners about needs and desires for both physical and psychological factors. Education about normal aging changes. Reframe sexuality to focus on pleasure and connection rather than performance. Explore different types of intimacy and sexual expression. Address body image concerns through therapy or support groups. Prioritize self-care and personal well-being. Additional factors that affect sexual satisfaction after 65. While the German study identified these 5 key predictors, other research has revealed additional factors worth considering. Relationship quality and partner availability are important. For partnered individuals, relationship quality matters enormously. Years of accumulated resentments, poor communication patterns, or unaddressed conflicts all take their toll on intimacy. Conversely, strong relationships can weather physical changes and maintain satisfying sexual connections. For many older adults, especially women, partner availability is a significant issue. Women tend to outlive men, and many find themselves without partners in their later years. What you can do: invest in your relationship through couples counseling, regular date nights, and intentional communication. Address conflicts rather than letting them fester. If you are single, remain open to new relationships. It is never too late. Explore self-pleasure and solo sexuality as valid expressions of sexual health. Consider that intimacy does not always require traditional romantic partnership. Medications and their side effects often affect sexual function. Many common medications affect sexual function. Blood pressure medications, especially beta blockers, antidepressants, especially SSRIs, diuretics, acid reflux medications, long-term proton pump inhibitor use, pain medications, especially opioids, medications for enlarged prostate, finasteride. What you can do: review all medications with your doctor, specifically asking about sexual side effects. Ask if alternative medications with fewer sexual side effects are available. Never stop medications without medical guidance. Be honest with healthcare providers about sexual concerns. They need to know this matters to you. Lifestyle factors matter. Exercise, diet, sleep, alcohol, and smoking all significantly impact sexual function. Exercise, regular physical activity improves cardiovascular health, mood, energy, body image, and hormonal balance, all crucial for sexual function. Studies show that people who exercise regularly report better sexual function at all ages. Diet: a Mediterranean-style diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats supports cardiovascular health, hormonal balance, and overall vitality. Sleep: poor sleep affects hormones, mood, and energy, all essential for sexual desire and function. Alcohol: while small amounts may reduce inhibitions, excessive drinking impairs sexual function in both men and women. Smoking damages blood vessels throughout the body, including those crucial for sexual function in both sexes. What you can do: aim for 150 minutes of moderate exercise each week. Include strength training to maintain muscle mass and bone density. Follow a predominantly whole foods diet. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Limit alcohol consumption. Quit smoking. It is never too late to benefit. Body image and self-confidence affect desire and intimacy. How you feel about your body significantly impacts sexual confidence and desire. Aging brings visible changes, wrinkles, weight redistribution, and reduced muscle tone, which can affect self-image. What you can do: Focus on what your body can do rather than just how it looks. Recognize that partners often care far less about physical imperfections than we imagine. Challenge internalized ageism. Older bodies are still worthy of pleasure and desire. Consider therapy if body image significantly interferes with intimacy. Remember that confidence and comfort in your own skin are inherently attractive. Practical steps to enhance sexual satisfaction after 65. 1. Communicate openly. Whether partnered or seeking partnership, honest communication is essential. Talk about desires and fantasies, physical limitations or discomfort, emotional needs around intimacy, changes you are experiencing, what feels good and what does not. Many couples have spent decades together without discussing sex directly. It is never too late to start these conversations. 2. Redefine intimacy and sex. As bodies change, expand your definition of sexual intimacy. Intimacy includes touching, kissing, cuddling, massage. Orgasm is not the only goal. Pleasure and connection matter. Explore different positions, activities, and approaches. Use aids like lubricants, vibrators, or erectile dysfunction medications without shame. Remember that quality matters more than frequency. 3. Schedule intimate time. Spontaneity often decreases with age due to physical changes, medications, fatigue, and competing priorities. There is nothing wrong with scheduling intimacy. In fact, anticipation can enhance desire. 4. Address medical issues proactively. Do not accept sexual dysfunction as inevitable. Seek help for erectile dysfunction, vaginal dryness or pain, low libido, pain during sex, urinary symptoms affecting intimacy. Many effective treatments exist, from medications to hormone therapy to physical therapy to counseling. 5. Invest in overall health. Sexual health reflects overall health. The same lifestyle choices that support your heart, brain, and muscles also support sexual function. Stay active, eat well, maintain a healthy weight, manage chronic conditions, prioritize sleep, reduce stress, stay socially connected. 6. Combat loneliness actively. Given how strongly loneliness predicts sexual dissatisfaction, prioritizing social connection is crucial. Maintain existing relationships, build new friendships, join groups with shared interests, volunteer, stay in regular contact with family, consider getting a pet for companionship, seek community through clubs, classes, or religious organizations. 7. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. Learn about normal age-related changes in sexual function, available treatments for common problems, communication techniques, ways to enhance pleasure and intimacy. Resources include books, reputable websites, healthcare providers, and sex therapists who specialize in working with older adults. Special considerations for men. While women face more dramatic hormonal changes after menopause, men experience gradual declines in testosterone, sometimes called andropause, and increasing rates of erectile dysfunction with age. Common issues for aging men. Erectile dysfunction, about 40% of men at age 40, increasing with each decade. Reduced spontaneous erections, a longer refractory period between erections, decreased libido, performance anxiety, prostate issues that affect urinary function and sexuality. What men can do. Talk to a doctor about erectile dysfunction because it is often an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease. Consider medications such as sildenafil, Viagra, tadalafil, Cialis, or other prescribed options. If pills do not work, explore penile injection therapy or vacuum devices. Address testosterone levels if clinically low, under medical supervision. Do not let pride prevent seeking help. These issues are common and treatable. Recognize that intimacy does not require perfect erectile function. Focus on pleasure and connection rather than performance. Special considerations for women. As mentioned, women face unique challenges after menopause, but many effective solutions exist. Don't suffer in silence with vaginal dryness or pain, low libido, urinary symptoms, body image concerns, grief over physical changes. Seek help from gynecologists, urologists specializing in female sexual medicine, sex therapists, pelvic floor, physical therapists, mental health professionals. Many women don't realize how much can be done to improve sexual comfort and satisfaction after menopause. Treatments are available, safe, and effective. The bigger picture, sexual health as overall health. Here's what I want you to take away from this research. Sexual well-being is vitally important. Just because you're over 65 does not mean sex is no longer important or possible. Sexual satisfaction contributes to overall life satisfaction, mental health, physical health, relationship quality, sense of vitality and purpose, successful aging. Prioritizing these issues means living your best possible life and staying as healthy as possible. Invest in your health now, whether you are younger or already aging. Take time to invest not only in physical health through activity and better diet, but also in maintaining connections with people who are important to you to avoid loneliness. The research is clear. The strongest predictors of sexual satisfaction after 65 are factors you can influence: physical health through lifestyle and medical management, mental health, addressing depression and stress, social connection, combating loneliness, prioritization, making sexuality important, addressing specific issues, especially for women post-menopause. Final thoughts. Age doesn't erase sexuality, it transforms. With changing bodies come opportunities to explore intimacy in new ways, to communicate more openly, to prioritize pleasure over performance, and to appreciate the deep connection that long-term partnerships can offer. If you're over 65 and satisfied with your sexual life, congratulations. You're among those who have successfully navigated these changes. If you're struggling, know that you are not alone and that help is available. Whether you're concerned about physical symptoms, relationship issues, low desire, or simply want to enhance an already good sex life, reaching out for professional help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. Remember, your sexuality doesn't have an expiration date. You deserve pleasure, intimacy, and connection at every age. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and share it with someone who might benefit. Subscribe to Arthur Senior Health for more evidence-based health information for seniors. And most importantly, take care of yourself because you're worth it. Now, I would love to hear from you. What questions do you have about maintaining sexual health as you age? What topics would you like us to cover in future videos? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read every one, and your input helps us create content that truly serves you. Thank you for watching, and here's to healthy, satisfying aging at every level, including your sexual health.